Hello and welcome back to West of Loathing. Okay, so time to start episode 2. Let's go out the back door. Also, I noticed that in the last episode I forgot to turn on the cursor recording on OBS, so there was no cursor, so you couldn't see where I'm pointing with mouse. And I know that it can be a little bit confusing or uncomfortable at times, so hopefully now it's fixed. Okay, so what do we do right now? One of the ideas that I had would be to actually take care of the bandits in this area. Though I think I only accepted one bounty, and that's not good. There should be at least 2. Ah, there we go, the stripy hat gang. Okay, so now I should be able to go to both. I think so. Okay, I'm gonna wander around right now. Okay, give you a ride back to Dirtwater. That's always something, but I might be wrong. I need to check one thing. Okay, unless on hard mode I'm not getting locations, though it's a little bit weird. I should be getting them, or I'm just blind. Okay, meteor. Very good, I'm going to definitely enjoy that. Oh, that's a great thing. Okay, so technically Pete is a miner, but he's not going to explain it to you. He's gonna say, I ain't gonna tell ya. Yep. But now here's the thing. You're just gonna explain it to Pete, no matter what you pick. No matter what you pick, just keep pressing buttons. There you go. Minesplainer, you're a real expert. You'll gain experience when you interact with mining stuff. That's extremely useful. Because now, whenever you find a meat vein or something like that, you are going to gain experience, and it's normally very useful, and on hard mode it's a godsend. Okay, that's actually a pretty tough snake. Okay, I have 3 action points. Okay. I'm mostly going to use Pete to just buff myself, because that's the best I can do with him. And once again. Okay, I guess that's enough of buffing from him, but one way or another, at first the crowbar swing would deal 5 to 6 damage points. Now it deals 13 to 14. There we go, and he even misses me, so... okay, I think I need to... Yep, that's the most important part that I've been constantly omitting. Getting extra health points. Okay, once again, Bean Shield, Butter Bean, and now let's just keep getting bonuses from Pete. Okay, and seems we only can do physical damage because this is a flaming snake. Yeah, thankfully, I can regenerate myself. I think it's the blood beans ability. So that's very good. So I'm technically invincible here. Very good. Another victory. Let's take a look. What does it do? Okay, +3 Moxie. I'm not going to use it just yet. Oh, but definitely gonna pick this up. Pickaxe. There you go. Normally I would pick 26 meat, but I have Pete, who is a great miner, so extra gains and extra experience. That's one of the reasons why I picked him. What do we have here? Den full of snake eggs. You know what? I'm going to try. One, two, okay, and now I have only 3 snakes to deal with. Ooh, that's not good. That's not good. They have quite a lot of health. Okay. And extra hot damage. Okay, that's not exactly too good. Okay, at least one of the snakes is done for, and thankfully I have 2 healing packs, so with a little bit of luck I should be able to... Okay, how much health do I have? 25? Okay, now 20. Now 15, if I'm not wrong. Okay. Okay, time to heal myself up a little bit. Okay, with a little bit of luck, I should be able to survive this. Okay, I am going to survive this, because he only deals 5 damage points and I keep healing myself for 5 health points. So let's just skip to the end. There we go, one lengthy battle later, and we emerge victorious, and I think I'm going to go with extra grit. That's still extra 10 health points. And now that I have a pickaxe, I can also take care of this. Very good. Shaggy Dog Cave. Honestly, that's a pretty uneventful thing. You basically have, I don't know, 1, 2, 3. You have a ton of metal plaques with the story of a music band that used to hang around Dirtwater. That's a long read. A very long read. as you can see. So yeah, I'm not going to read all of this. Okay, and a completely empty hole. Like I said, I am not going to read all of this. Okay, I can do outfox, and so I'm definitely going to do this. And that would explain why nothing new appeared on my map. I mixed up the gangs. Okay. I think, okay, wrong screen. Yep, green thunder. Another good thing, gain experience from foraging. That's yet another very useful thing. Then again, I could have taken medicine. And I cannot pick anything else because spider. But I can definitely do this. Okay, so the guys are hiding on the other side of that rubble. So all I'm going to do is this. Please don't open the door unless you want to get eaten by a giant spider. Okay, now let's get out. Wait a little bit, okay. Horrible skittering noise, followed by a scream, and stuff like that. And now I can go inside. The guys are still alive, thankfully. Okay. Million meat idea. Okay, I promise not gonna say. The hot dog. Okay, let's encourage him. It sounds great. And you could set up a shop in Dirtwater. And from now on, we will be able to buy hot dogs at Dirtwater. Okay, Joe Harp, that will be useful a little bit later. Anything else? No. And now I can... Yep, now I can arrest them. And thing is, arresting these guys and traveling with them to Dirtwater is always a better option because it gives you a lot more meat. Okay, Potemkin gang. I know that's a little bit silly, but whenever... Okay, they are building really fast. I know that this is a little bit silly, but whenever I read this name, the Potemkin gang, the only thing I can think of is that big dude from Guilty Gear series. Okay, I do not have safe Kraken, so I'm just gonna ignore this one. Okay, Lost Dutch Oven Mine. That's a lovely name. And okay, now there are two ways to bag these guys. And for that, you need to go here through the back door. The music goes weird. And there you go, you can see that all the buildings in this town are a very clever decoys. Now, in order to bag them, you can do this. You can either kill them and get them to stand in front of genuine TNT and sandwiches. Or is genuine TNT and sandwiches, or you can make them stand in front of the real jail. Now the lady here is just gonna run away from you all the time. This dude, yeah, I lost my belt buckle, so send him to look near the jail. And the third dude, the angry looking dude, is just going to constantly follow you. There you go. Now just scare her away. There we go, everybody else standing neatly in front of the jail. So all you gotta do is leave through the back door. And there it should be. Also, another thing is that you will not be able to cut the rope if all three of them are not standing in front of the jail, so you do not have to worry that it'll happen on an accident. Okay, there we go, another gang taken care of. Okay, black hat bandits in the old millinery. Okay, how much experience do I have? Quite a lot. So, it would be good to actually level up a little bit. And I admit I'm going after the bandits first. Oh, coolio. Okay, so before I continue my previous thought, every single of the partners levels up from different stuff. So Susie Cochrane gains levels from you fighting everything cow-related. Doc Alice earns experience from your fights with everything skeleton-related. Gary gains experience from bags of manure, so basically just, yes, if he, or maybe it's fertilizer, one way or another it's, yeah, crappy business. So one bag equals one level. And Pete is the most, let's say, random to level up, because it's from the random events during traveling, and he can gain one level per area. And every single time an event like that happens, Pete is going to grow stronger. So I'm just gonna show it so it's one level in this area, one level in this area, and one level in this. And then once again, another 3 levels, and then over here 2, I believe. Okay, and now let's take care of these guys. It's the entire gang hid in respective rooms. So now you just gotta take the ones that stand out. So in first room, there you go, is the different colored hat. In this room is the hat that moves a little bit after a moment. So every single time it's a different one, so yeah, in here it's the hat with a slightly smaller dip. The fourth room is the dude that will get bored. I'm just gonna wait a little bit. This takes him a little moment. Ah, there we go. Because eventually the dude is going to get bored and he's going to fall asleep. Now the fifth one is a little bit tricky. You need to use the automatic piano and play the royalty-free music, public domain Joe. Yeah, you change the song on the piano. Is that whistling you hear? And there you go. And that's the last one. Now the only thing left to do is to turn it off. Let's have some respect for our ears, and there we go. Now I can turn them in without a problem. If I had the Ruthless perk, I would be able to just finish them off like that, but then I would only get half of the meat. Okay, the Gherkin Brothers, the only group that's actually a little bit tricky in all of this. In the abandoned pickle factory. And I'm not taking care of the first ones yet, because I do not have the items that I am going to need to deal with this in a, let's say, somewhat pacifistic way. Okay, what can I do? I can definitely sell the hat. I can sell one snake skin. I'm basically getting rid of all the stuff that I will not be able to use, like for example all the hats or the meat nuggets. But I'm definitely going to buy disposable binoculars. That's a very useful thing if you don't have enough luck with finding new locations, because all you need is just a relatively high viewing point, and there you go. Another location, Stern's Ranch, that I am going to visit in just a bit. But first I'm going to deal with the Gherkin Brothers. Okay, I do not have enough strength for that. Okay, I cannot harvest that just yet. How much experience do I need for this? Okay, 200, so that's quite a little bit. The Haunted Pickle Factory, yes, very much on the nose. And now here's the thing. Once you get the vision, you want to read everything that's going on. Because this gives you all the information you need to get done with this in a pacifistic way. So the pickle levels need to be even. Now the salt tank. There we go, get that salinity back to normal. It's supposed to be 976 parts per thousand. And if you have attention problems like I do, you might want to grab a paper and write that down. Now another 3-minute break before the third shift. Lovely. And now the boiler, 190 degrees. Such a charming boss she is. and now to enter the pickle factory. Now, as far as I remember, getting these things even isn't that bad. The best way is to just keep pulling these two levers until they're relatively even here. And now there we go, 16, 16, and nothing, so... Okay, 13 and 7. 12 and 9, so one more. 11, 11, and 11, there we go. And you can either fight him, or if you deal with everything as you should, there you go, it's okay, I took care of the cucumbers. Pile of bones and cucumbers. That's pretty damn gruesome, that's pretty damn gruesome. I actually feel sorry for the guys. Okay, now the salt. And like we had in the vision, okay, you need the salinity at 976, so 976 is the option. Okay, yes, the salt is correct. Okay, so now we have the salt-crusted skull. Prolonged a very strange torture, etched into the back of the skull is number 976. That's terrible, that's honestly terrible. That's one of the darker moments in the game. Okay, take a shovel. And now we gotta add some coal to make everything at 190 degrees. And now there is a ton of different ways to deal with this. Yeah, it's a steam release valve. If it's too hot, you can use it to reduce the temperature, or you can just add coal. I'm gonna go with the easiest way. All you gotta do is this. I'm sorry for the loud noise. There we go. 35 shovelfuls of coal. Pump it. There you go. Perfectly 190 degrees. This is all you need to do. You do not need to add and release steam and stuff like that. Just 35 shovels. And there you go. Yeah, these bones are all rubbery because they've been soaked in vinegar. I remember doing this experiment in elementary school. That was indeed gross. Okay, and now after all this hard work, we get 3 pickles. We get 3 pickles after all this hard work. But there we go. Makes you difficult to damage for the rest of the day by turning you into a spooky ghost. And there we go, 15% hot resistance, 15% spooky resistance, stench and cold resistance, and plus 15 armor. This is normally very useful, and on hard mode, it's a literal godsend. Okay, now that we have dealt with these guys, we can do some more exploring. Also, I used that chance to make a new video clip and to have a drink between the video clips. Okay, first thing first, going back to Dirtwater. Oh, okay, go there now, Silversmith's house, that's extremely useful. And this is why I did not sell the silver wedding ring and the silver cufflinks. Because now I have quite a lot of silver bullets, which will be extremely useful against cows. And now a couple of needles. Just to get inside. Okay, is there anything? Okay, the shelf looks pretty picked over. Okay. Okay, I need 10 Moxie to find the secrets here. Okay, commence the scavenging. And of course, another spittoon. Once again, I am not going to read it. I'm investigating. I'm pretty sure there's treasure in there and you aren't stopping me. Shut up, I'm investigating. Yeah, I think this is the best way to sum it all up. What is wrong with you? Just tell me what I found already. Revolting brooch. There we go, and definitely going to put this on. Oh, cool, and now we have enough items to have everything split into categories. That's very good. Okay, I wonder if I'll be able to... No, I won't be able to get to 10 Moxie, because I need Moxie, right? Yes, so not yet. Not just yet. Okay, definitely gonna take the dynamite, thank you very much. Yeah, give her the pickle factory remains. Please, I don't want to talk about it. Thanks, a bundle. Okay, and now let's take a look if I'll be able to do it or not. Not yet. And I admit I want to take it. I want to do it, I want to check that stuff because the silversmith gives us the location of a silver plater. Okay, let's fight with a snake. It's actually not that bad. Okay, let's go with, or maybe, yeah, let's go with the spell. And this also shows how much of a difference leveling your partner up is. Because earlier Pete barely could land a punch, just one extra level, and his damage went up from like 2 to 3 hot to around, I think, 11-12 hot, so that's a giant difference. Okay, once again this, and lowering the stats. Now let's take a look once again. Now let's just go and fight. And physical damage because this stuff is already on fire, so... Okay, the Pete fainted. Ew. But I'm definitely going to actually use it because it poisons enemies, and that keeps increasing over time, more and more. Okay. Okay. Now what else? Some blackened beans. I do not have the lockpicking. Okay, thank you very much. Now I can read through this. And there we go. This is the grace that the diary was talking about. Yep, the haunted door. Yeah, you shudder as you realize that talking dolls haven't been invented yet. Spooky. Gotta talk to the doll and be relatively, let's say, hospitable. Because now you can, enter this place. But instead of taking the goblet to her, we destroy it. There we go, and now I have enough experience to level up Moxie. I mean, we could take the goblet to the door, but then technically it says that something bad is happening. You don't exactly get to see that much of effects around the game. Yeah, you'll live to regret this, hee. That's only a little bit ominous. But yeah, I just don't like the idea of a creepy doll on its own, so there we go. Now we can go back to Silversmith after a fight. There we go, much better. Let's go with stench damage. Because now the poison stacks, and it works every single turn. I don't think I can actually drink this. Let's take a look. Okay, that's the food, that's for the liver, and that's for the spleen. Am I able to? Yeah, this stuff is definitely not safe to drink. Then, never mind, I'm just gonna read this. There we go, the silver plater. And definitely gonna go over here. Okay. Whoa. Okay, I have to cheese it a little bit. Okay, this will not end my turn. Very good. Build is disabled for 2 turns. And once again, immune to poison. I think I might actually lose this fight. Yep, you gain effect angry. There we go. Pain tolerance. I can lose 1 more fight. Hopefully not. Okay, never mind about the sign. What are my options. I can definitely plate my hat with silver. I can always modify my hat. I cannot change it because hard mode, but I can modify what I have. Okay, plating my weapon or pistol is not exactly the best idea, especially this early on in the game, because I'm going to keep upgrading these things relatively fast. And yeah, I could plate the turnip with silver. Normally it costs 5,000 meat. In this case it costs 20,000 meat, because it's extremely important towards the ending. I don't think I'll be able to achieve this, so I'm just going to plate my tongue. It costs 2,000 meat. Yes, silver tongue, plus 3 moxie. Immediately afterward you ask him for a complete refund and he gives it to you, so there you go. Technically it's a freebie. All you need is just enough cash to be able to afford it, and that's it. Circus. Okay, I'm not going to the circus just yet. A floral ring. Exploding random encounters much more likely. That's actually a pretty good thing. Okay, let's tighten it up. Now this is a very good thing, because normally, as you can see, whoops, these things are basically stench vents. And since I have a ton of hot resistance, cold resistance, spooky stench, and sleaze resistance, I can go through here, without the need of a gas mask. And I got myself Miner's Pants, very good. And once again, another spittoon. Inspect the spittoon. Here. Yeah, search, keep searching, pull, and there we go. Spit silk pants. It's disgusting, but it's also better in this slot, so I need to put it on. Okay, can of oil, very good. One of the things that I'm going to need for the Desert House Gang. Or to go downstairs, so that's either or. But there are other ways to get the can of oil. So it's not that bad. And here we have a bunch of meat veins, and thanks to Pete and thanks to Mindsplaining bonus, I'm getting a ton of extra experience. Okay, I'll leave you to your antics, dude. Okay, I'll take this, Effluvious Emerald. Okay, and we can magic the rocks away. However, I do not have the key to open this thing. So yeah, on a good note, I have enough experience to get even more grit, which means that now I'm able to lose one more fight before the game gives me a blackout. Okay, not going to the surface just yet. I'm going to explore the other mine. Okay, that's great. Pete is on level 3, which means that I think that right now he has yet another ability. I can be wrong. Ah, that's great. Okay, Ellsbury's helmet. And a bottle of laudanum. I think I pronounced this correct. I am not... Okay, I'm going to need a rope. I cannot open the third locker because I do not have safe cracking. The second locker is a fight. And thankfully, I am faster than the dude. Okay, and what do we have here? Yeah, very good. Dark Blue Spring, usable once per fight, will deal 7 spooky damage to all enemies. That's a good thing. But I'm just gonna buff myself up, because this is... yeah. And buff myself up once again. I wonder if Pete can... Yeah, he can... He can buff himself as well. That's actually very useful. As silly as it sounds, I never tried to actually buff Pete with his ability. But I guess it turns the fight into a cakewalk. That's very good. Okay, bone, skull chips, handful of loose teeth. I'm gonna go to the Button Willow store. Okay, cheap whiskey, always something. Oh, definitely taking that. Can of oil, thank you. Disposable binoculars. Oh, there we go. Locks and how to pick them. Thank you very, very much. Okay, now I can also sell Deputy Pistol. Now, I'm actually going to keep this emerald just in case, if I will need some extra cash. I know that this emerald can be used for something specific, but to be honest, I never used it. I never used it in that way, just didn't feel like it. Okay, locks and how to pick them. Very good. You know what, I might actually start... Yeah, start training my spells to become a little bit more powerful. Okay, floating cow skull, it's not that bad actually. Not at this point, at least. Because this is Area 1, so I do not have to worry about the enemies being that tough. And I'm gonna go to the graveyard over here. Simply because I just avoided most of the stuff over here. Last time I was here for the recipe. For the dude in dirt water. So all I'm gonna do right now is just clean this place up. Just not to have any, let's say, loose ends. And that's always some extra experience. I always wondered what this means, see you in minus 36 years. Yeah, oh boy, free lunch. And beat the dickens out of the bones. Okay, so that's spooky damage. Thankfully I'm resistant. So that's yet another easy fight. Okay, skull with an order tag on it. That's another important thing because it reveals another location. Yeah, old mission. Unless you already discovered this earlier, but it still gives a little bit of a dialogue option. Okay. Gore splattered scroll, human ashes, and robe receipt. These things are very important because when you collect all the notes, you will find the Necromancer's Tower. Okay, so I might as well... do a little bit of a grind over here. Just to have everything done, and that's it. I'm going to use up all my fights over here, and that's it. And there we go, that concludes the grinding session. I cannot do any more. I know that some people would say that this is a little bit of a waste, because I could just level up more and then train on a group. But to be honest, I actually wanted some extra experience right now. Okay, so what can I upgrade? I'm gonna go with the Outfoxen, because this will allow me to actually trick people into not fighting with me. Okay, and considering the amount of stuff that I actually managed to do in this episode and the time that it took me to record, I believe that it's time to wrap up. So, as usual, I hope you enjoyed this episode, and I will see you next week. Have a great day.